Hello, this is the Latin Geek Ricardo y ahora we're gonna talk about making a brochure in Publisher Chapter 2. Okay, so here we are. This is a Windows. For those that have Macs, you need to have probably the VirtualBox uh, and install Windows 10 and Office 365. Okay, the other things that we're gonna need are the files that you download from the Google Drive. I already had downloaded those files right here. Okay, let me get my cheat sheet notes here so I don't have to type too much. Okay, put that there. I'm gonna open now Publisher. Again, this is Publisher 365. Okay, so as soon as we open Publisher, we're gonna select new, but over here we have Office. These are templates that you can download from the web. You have to have internet connection for that. Built-in, these are templates that are in your computer. You don't need to have internet access for that. So we're gonna select that one, and then we're gonna click on Brochures. In Brochure, we're gonna click on Simple Divider. And then in this right side, we're gonna set some options based on the brochure that we're gonna, options that is gonna appear inside my brochure. Okay, so the first option that I'm gonna choose is the color scheme. So I'm gonna scroll down to Pebbles. There you go, right there. For the font, I'm gonna choose this one, Casual, which is Comic Sans MS Bold. Business information, not worry about that for now. On page size, I'm gonna choose 3 panels, which is already selected. This include customer address, no need to do that as well. And for the form, we're gonna select response form. Again, so simple divider, pebbles for the color scheme, font scheme, casual, comic sans MS Bold, skip business information, 3 panel, skip include customer address, response form, and then click on create. Great, so it created that. The first thing we're going to do is to take care of this above right here is called the quick access toolbar. And this quick access toolbar, we're going to use some commands that we're going to use all the time. So you have the save and you have the undo button. To the right, you have this customize. So we're going to click on print preview and that option appears right there. We're gonna click again. This time we're gonna choose more commands. Instead of popular, we're gonna choose all commands. And we're gonna scroll gently down to the E. And the one that say edit. Edit story in MS Word. We're gonna need that one as well. So we're gonna click add. And we're gonna click OK. I like that quick access toolbar below the ribbon. So I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna say show below the ribbon because the icons are a little larger that way. I'm going to also use a couple more things that I want inside here so it's going to be easily accessible. For instance, when I click inside a text box, notice that we have now shape format and text box, 2 new menus. Those are called context menu. Then they were not there. So when I click outside, they disappear. You see that? Only they appear when I have an object and apply to that object. So In shape format, you can make changes like a group and rotate and all of that stuff. Align. So you can actually add all of these commands here, so you don't have to go inside shape format. And when you have multiple objects selected, for instance, you can group it, you can ungroup it, you can rotate it. But we're going to be adding as we need it. But for now, we're going to go to text box, and over here we have text feed, and this one command that we use quite often. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say add to quick access toolbar. And notice that it added right there. I'm also going to go to view menu. I'm going to right click on boundaries, add to access toolbar. I'm going to right click on whole page, add to quick access toolbar. And the last one, select the object, right click, add to quick access toolbar. We're going to be using these commands later. Again, you can always rewind the video and make it slow and try to go very slow so you get to look at the options. But again, you can right click on any of these commands. For instance, if you happen to go quite often to margins, I can right click on margins and add it. So you can do that with any command. Okay, but let's continue. So now that we have the quick access toolbar set, let's save this first. So we're going to click on File, Save As, Browse, and then you can put it in your memory stick if you have it, but I'm going to put mine in Documents. But notice all those steps that we just did. So we did File, Save As, Browse, and pick. You see 3 steps to get there. You can easily narrow that down to just one by pressing F12. When you press F12, automatically these appear. So that's the shortcut, F12. Okay, function key F12, not the F and then 1, 2, but the function key F12 on top of your keyboard. Okay, so we're gonna name this Hide Away Brochure, and it's my documents. Yes, and then I'm gonna click Save. Great. From now on, I don't have to do that anymore. I can actually, any changes, I can just click on the Save button right here, or Control S. Okay. Okay, so let's get ready with this. We're gonna first concentrate on this right area right here. So I'm gonna select business name, and I'm gonna click on select to object, and look what happens. Zoop is zooming 800% to that, and it doesn't have to be that much. I'm gonna bring it a little bit down, but just to let you know that is. And over here in one of the shortcuts, you can say, you see whole page, and brings it back and zoom in again. Okay, so I want to call your attention to this little eye right here. You see, when I bring that little eye, that eye is important. So I'm going to delete slowly from the end, and you see that it's selected, but the eye is still there. So I can type now, and I'm gonna type the following: state parts of, and I'm gonna hit enter just to add the state below, Missouri. Notice that the eye is still there, is still flashing. So what that means, it means that whatever I have here on the business name, it will transfer. As long as the eye is there, it will go to other locations. For instance, we are in page 1. If I go to page 2 and I go full page, notice that I just enter a state park of Missouri right here. Then it copy that from the front page. Okay? So that's the reason I ask you to be careful not to delete the I. So if you follow the steps that I just show you, you should be fine. Okay, now on the business tag, I don't need that. We're not going to use that. So notice that I didn't click inside. This is called editing on the inside. When I click on the edges of the box, then I'm dealing with that object, and I want to select it from outside, not inside, and then click delete, and it goes away. Okay? Then we're going to click inside here. Another thing here is that when you click on it like this, we already selected the best fit, which is on the quick access toolbar. You can also find it by clicking on text box, text fit, and other than is showing text on overflow. We're going to select best fit, and notice that increase the size to 10 point. But I'm going to increase it even higher. 11. That sounds good. Okay. Now I'm going to click on products and service information. Over there, we're going to change that with lake hide away. On the phone, select the whole thing. There's no I, so it's no business. And we're going to change it with www.lakehideaway.mo.gov. And the first one, you should capitalize about. I'm going to change it back to lowercase. And again, I'm going to go to best fit. Over here in lake, I'm going to go to best fit. Great. We're going to now go to the middle page here, and we're going to select excuse me, the object. So we're going to give it a click on the outside and delete. We're not going to use that logo. And now notice that the state park of Missouri came from here. So I'm going to give it a click. I'm going to go back to best fit and do it. Okay. And then I'm going to click below it. I'm going to select to object, zoom to object. And again, notice that this one has an I. So I'm going to click. Notice that I put it on the last, and I'm going to click backspace, and it highlight. That is when you start typing. Don't do any more. So we're going to start typing, and it's going to be 1700 lay hide away. Enter. Route 17 box 1500. Enter. Hide away mall for Missouri 64001. And notice that the I is still there, so this address is going to be transferred to other areas where it needs the address. So I'm going to scroll down. Phone number, again go to the end of it, backspace, highlights, and now we can type. So phone A16 555-4850, enter. Fax A16-555-4851, enter. Email highway at Mo Parks. Oh, let me undo that. Highway at Mo Parks.gov. You gotta be careful when you do the backspace, because you think then you're gonna do something. So moparks.gov, enter, and then www the lake highway. Oops, gotta be very tricky here. Gonna lay highway mo.gov, and still have the I. Okay, so let's soon like this. So before doing that, I'm gonna click on it, select best fit, and the other one select best fit. Nice. Okay, and now if I go to page 2, the address that I type, you see, are here, and the business name was there. Great. So we're doing good. Now let's concentrate now in this area, which is the first section on the first page. We're going to click on the title, and we're going to select the camping and hiking. We're going to select best fit for that. On the next one, get selected, we're going to add information here from a text. So we're going to add a little trick that I'm going to show you, so you don't have to be jumping back and forth. We're going to add the text on the scratch area here. So notice that this gray area is called the scratch area, and what it means is that if I actually add anything here, like I can add things that I'm working on it. So see, I had these things that I'm going to be working on it later or what have you. When you do print preview, this gray area doesn't show, only what is inside here. So if you do print preview, notice that that triangle doesn't show at all. So this is called the scratch area. So I'm going to add a text box there, like that. As soon as I drop it, I can actually go to shape format, and I want to assign this a height of 8.5 by 7.5, and then enter. And notice that it just added that for me there. So I'm gonna just move it a little bit to the left. I'm gonna, not on the white area, so I'm gonna move it just like that, so it's not. And I'm gonna insert here the text that I'm gonna be using, so it's available to me. Okay, so we're gonna click insert, and we're gonna, I'm inside the text box, by the way. Notice that it's flashing. Insert file. I'm gonna go to my downloads, and find the file that I'm gonna use, which is this ch2. Click OK, and notice that it brought the text there that I'm gonna be using, so I don't have to be jumping from application to application. I stay with Publisher, and you don't have to be jumping around. Okay. So anyway, we were here, and we were going to add something here. So what we're gonna add is these two. The first one on page 1, notice that says owl. So we're gonna select that all the way down to level 4 trails. We're gonna copy that. We're gonna click in here, and we're gonna paste. Now we're gonna use the best fit to take care of all of that white space. So we leave it there inside the box. We click on best fit, and voila, it fixes it for us. Great. So we're gonna come back to this later. Okay, now let's go back and see our publication. Okay, sounds great. Now we're gonna change these images. So we're gonna put our images also on the scratch area. So I'm gonna click on the insert pictures, because it's inside my computer, not online. Chapter 1, whatever you download, you chapter 1. I mean chapter 2, my bad. And these are the things that we can bring to, but if you want it over here on this bar and say organize new folder, or to the right we have this little more options, and we can make that large icon so we actually see the images. Nice. So I can click on the first image, hold the shift key down, keep it pressed, and then select the last, and all of them get selected. Another way to do the same thing, you can actually drag like this. You can actually drag up like that, but the problem with that, you're gonna maybe hit this and hit these two that are not images. So click softly, not double, softly on one, hold the shift key and click on the last one, and then click insert, and all of them is gonna appear right on the right side scratch area. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this, and I can drag it so it swap for that. Notice that it changed the color, but when I click on the image, I'm gonna go to the format menu. That one is because I'm on the image. If I click outside, notice that it goes away. But when I click on the image, the format appears. So click on it, click reset, and now notice that the colors came back. And I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger there. And if you want to know how bigger, it's over here at 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, now the next one that I'm gonna swap is the map. So I'm gonna click on the map. You see the little button, drag it and drop it into place. It loses the color, so again click on it, format menu, reset, and the colors comes back. Okay, and that one I don't have to do anything, but over here it has a caption, so you can say, select that caption and say camping and hiking map. Great. So now this one seems a little bit old here. I want to add a little bit of color, so you can choose any of these images. Like let me try with this one. Select that one, and I'm gonna right click, and you have to do it a couple times, and then until you see the apply to background fill, and notice that it fills it in. I'm not going to use that one. I'm just showing you that you can choose any image that you want. The one I'm going to use is this one. So I'm going to click on it. Make sure that you're not on top of that little button, and then right click and select fill. apply to background fill. That's the image that I want to use. Now the words, the text has a little issue, so we're gonna change it. So we have to select each text box and then go to font. Oh, sorry. Select the word inside the text box and change it to white. So I click inside, do Control A. That selects everything instead of dragging, which you can. So Control A, Control A. Okay, and then change the color. Same thing with here. Control A. Not the number 8, the letter A. And then change it to white. Continue with the other ones. Continue with the other ones. And my last boxes here. And the reason we're changing the font to white is because we apply a background to make it easier to read. Click on the Save button. Now we're going to click on page 2. The first thing, we're going to add a little border right here for style. So we're going to click Insert, Shapes, Rectangle, and at the bottom right here, we're just going to drag it like this. And it's 0.75 by 11, and just leave it like that. It's just for the style. Okay. Now over here, we're gonna now type park attraction, and this time we're gonna select the text. We're gonna go to home and we're gonna change that to 36. I misspelled it, so let me correct it. Okay, so park attractions. Great. Over here, we're gonna select this, and again we have the text here on our left. Remember that we tried that, and is the first water, so we're gonna copy that. We're gonna click here and we're gonna paste. Again, we're gonna choose best fit. Before continue, I'm gonna put the same background. This one. When you click on it, make sure that you're not on top of this, because if you're on top of this, it will give you a different menu. Okay, make sure you're on the side. Apply to background, so we have the same background as the other one. And now I'm going to click inside, Control A, Control Alpha. I'm going to put that as white. And the water, I'm going to bold it, and I'm going to increase the size of the water just a bit to 20, just to give it a little bit more of a subtitle. Great. We're gonna now do the same thing on this here. So we're gonna select WOW file all the way down to the next one, Control C, give this a click. Oh, excuse me. So Control A and then paste. We had to fix a couple things here, so put the cursor. Let me zoom in to that location. Okay. Put the cursor on Wi-Fi after you paste it, and then we're gonna backspace to come up a little bit because we had to do a little bit of fixing. You notice that it has those red. That means that the text is not showing all the text. So we're gonna first do a couple things here. We're gonna now put the arrow here until it becomes a double arrow, and we're gonna enlarge it until it goes all the way. You see that line? It means that it's aligned to the left, and that's what I want, to be aligned to the left. So release it. Now over here on the left side, I also gonna increase the size just a little bit, not much. Now that it's there, I'm gonna Control A, turn it to white, and I'm gonna do best fit again. So automatically it's gonna adjust so everything fits correctly. And notice that the outside is not red anymore, it's white. So it's perfect. I'm gonna hit enter here, fishing, and then yeah, that looks perfect. Okay. I'm gonna increase fishing to 20. Remember, as long as it's not 12 is good because it has more text. Let me go back here and say bold, and then double click on WoW file bold and increase it a little bit there. Okay, great, nice. Okay, okay, so we are now going to, let me go back to full view here. We had to change the color of this to white, so I'm going to change it to white. Best fit, change the color of this to white. Best fit, change the color of this to white, and also best fit. For water, let's see what images we have here for water. We have this guy, so let me use this to smooth, and I'm gonna select, go on the arrow, I'm gonna put it right there. Again, I'm gonna go to click on it, format, reset, so you get the color. And over here on the cache, I'm gonna say enjoy our water games. Actually, water activities. Let me zoom in so you see what I'm typing. Enjoy our water activities, and I'm gonna turn that white. Okay. And then I'm gonna change back to that. That looks good. By the way, these captions that you see right here, if you go to the format And in captions right here for the image, I can change it to be lower, to be on top, to be to the left. So we have a couple options right here. But for now, that's fine. We're gonna cover my. So again, I selected the image, I went to format, and on captions, I can select a different style. Okay. So this one is WOW file. Let me see what image we have here for wildlife. Oh, and for fishing there too. Okay, so the bird is perfect for that. Select it, reset, and the caption: don't feed our friends. I'm gonna zoom in to that. Don't feed our friends. Okay, I'm gonna select it, change it to white, full view. That looks, yeah, perfect. Okay, let me move this up, make the undo actually. Okay, now I want to add another fish, the fishing here. Where is my fishing? Oh, the guy right here. Okay, but I'm gonna put it kind of in between these. So I'm gonna now select fishing, grab it. Notice that I'm not swapping, I'm just dragging it to this location right there. So it's gonna change a couple things as I lift. You see that I changed the text around it and stuff. I'm gonna click on it. On the format, I'm gonna reset so you get the colors back. Oh, actually, I'm gonna undo that. In this case, oh, undo. Okay, and I'm gonna now assign a style to it. That is gonna be this one, an oval shape. It's gonna be perfect because now I'm gonna be able to drag it by fishing and automatically adjust. You might be able to also open this a little bit wider. There we go. So this text box, by the way, so you have it just like me, is 573291, and you can make it maybe 3, and you can make this 5.75 to be even. Okay, so that is the size of this text box. So I have the image here, the image here, and the image here, and you can add a caption if you wanted to this image. So you click on it, click on format, caption, and you can pick what caption you want. I don't need caption for that, but if you wanted to. Okay, this response form, you're welcome to edit it, like adding the things that you're gonna use. For now, I'm not gonna do anything to it. The only thing I'm gonna do is to change the font to white. Oh, click inside each of the text boxes and make it white. And it might be a little, yeah. So let me zoom in a little bit here. I'm gonna use the scroller here, so you get to see a little bit more of that. So you're welcome to, like I say, change these, but I'm just gonna leave it as they are. I'm just changing it to white. Nice. So this is almost done. And the comments has a white box feeling. Doesn't quite match with the background, so you can actually uh, click on the box. Notice shape format, and over here we have a different field, so we can actually make a little different color. Let me see what color kind of matches with this. That's kind of nice. You see more blended to the color instead of completely white. And over here you have two more, so I'm going to change that to white and white and white, and that's it. And then I'm going to make it all to see how it looks like. Wow, look at that. So that's the second page, this is the first page, and this is the trifold brochure. I hope you enjoy the class. And these things on the left and on the right, when you click on print preview, doesn't show. It only shows the 2 pages, and you can navigate page 1 and page 2 right here. Make sure that you save it. If you were doing this for real and you want to print it, you're going to go File, and you're going to export. And over here, another thing I say, save for photo printing or save for a commercial printing. So I'm going to click on that, and it says create commercial files, and it's going to create a PDF and the publisher that you can take to the place by clicking on pack and go, and you can put that in a memory stick or CD or just email it to them. Okay, but we're not going to do that here. So this is the end of this exercise. I hope you enjoy the class, and we'll see you our next class, chapter 3, in making a newsletter that time. Have a nice time. I hope you enjoyed the class. Bye bye. Let me close this, and we are all set. Bye bye.